Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is March 16th. Lisa, Scott, Lydia in today for the Facebook Live. Obviously, she was here all day, but in for the Facebook Live. Remember, you can catch this live between 8 and 9 every weekday morning. You can watch it anytime later in the day on your Facebook feed, but we also make it into a podcast. Just go to InForum.com/podcast, look for the InForum Minute, and also you can find us on our InForum YouTube channel as well. And of course, you can find Lydia on air on First News every weekday morning and
all
on during
over the place.
GMA. Yeah, so everywhere. But let's start with the weather because it's kind of a mess out there.
It is a mess, and it's not like we're getting hit with this big giant snowstorm when we have blizzard warnings, and it's not that, but there are just bad enough things that it's making headaches for traveling and forecasting. So overnight we've seen a little freezing mist here in the Fargo area. Up north, Grand Forks picked up about 2.5 inches of snow. Everyone's getting the wind gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour, which is also pushing in colder air and just kind of polishing up the roads, and not in a good way. They're making them very shiny, very icy. There is some snow down to our southeast, and that's moving up to the northeast. So some of us, Fargo, Wapton, Lakes Country, could get brushed with a little more light snow. Not much in the way of accumulation, 1, maybe 2 inches, but that wind makes for problems. And so blowing snow, drifting snow, the ground drifting where it skirts across the road, sticks to it, creates the icy patches and the pillow drifts. That's what you're facing not only for today, but tonight and tomorrow as well. Wind slowly settles down throughout Saturday. I'd say by Sunday it's better. Okay. But Sunday morning we wake up at the double digits below zero.
Ooh.
So this is it's a very wintry system, but we were warm yesterday, so that's led to this mixed bag of precip for today. Yeah, we're not getting hit with a bunch of snow, but the wind and a little snow will cause some problems over the next few days.
You'd almost want the snow more than freezing mist, freezing drizzle. That is, being on the outskirts is no good.
It makes it very icy very quickly. And the roads are wet this morning and temps are dropping today. We're not warming up, so it's not like, by this afternoon the roads will get better. That's not the case today. We're going to be in the teens this afternoon and close to 0 tomorrow morning. So a flash freeze would be possible, and that's where your wet roads just turn to ice quickly. And that's not good. Yeah, exactly. So lots of moving parts with this messy system.
All right.
We know a lot of the I-94 corridor under no travel advisories this morning, so just shows how icy it is.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, Lydia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that bad news.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll get better someday.
So the roads are not good right now. We actually have an update for you on an accident that happened on I-94 yesterday. A lot of hours were put into cleaning up after this. Thousands of gallons of chemicals had to be cleaned up after a crash that actually also left a semi-driver dead. The North Dakota Highway Patrol tells us that their crews spent all day cleaning up. Airplane de-icer spilled out of one of the tanker trucks. So this is what happened. We're also learning more about who was involved in this. 2 truck drivers, both are from Canada, one from British Columbia. He died. That happened when he rear-ended the semi driven by another man from Ontario. It was about 2 miles west of Mapleton on I-94 yesterday. This is where that happened. Troopers are telling us that the one tanker truck had slowed down or stopped in the right-hand lane, and that's when the other semi came up, tried to swerve, tried to avoid, that semi, obviously not able to, ended up slamming into the back of that semi, and then started on fire. So a really intense situation there for a while. You could see the heavy black smoke, the flames, and then, of course, all that chemical spilling onto the interstate and also into the ditches.
Yeah, very scary scene. All right now, Moorhead police are asking for people in a neighborhood just north of MSUM to check their surveillance video as they are still searching for a stabbing suspect. Now, this is a story we broke for you on First News yesterday. Moorhead police say a man confronted another man who was standing in his driveway. It happened in the 400 block of 17th Street South. When the argument turned physical, police say the man stabbed the other man in the stomach. That man was taken to the hospital. He is expected to recover, but we are still working to learn if the 2 men knew each other in any way.
Oh, interesting story. We'll continue tracking that for you. This is an update to a West Fargo man is now facing arson and animal cruelty charges in connection with a January house fire. It happened at a home on the 17th Street South area. Court documents say 31-year-old Nicholas Burdett barricaded himself inside his mother's home in the basement and started the fire. He was actually unconscious when firefighters arrived. He had to be taken to the hospital. 2 women were also rescued, and 2 dogs were revived. after being rescued from that house as well. So we'll track that, court story and tell you what happens next time he is back in court.
A Grand Forks mom is now speaking out after an incident on a school bus that involved her son. An intense video made public shows the bus driver grabbing the hair of several students. The incident happened Friday afternoon on a bus route home. The minute-long video does not show exactly why the bus driver originally stopped to yell at these students, but the Dietrich Bus, who is contracted by the Grand Forks School District, says they are looking into this incident.
An Adams County man has been arrested in connection to an arson case. We now know 22-year-old Zachary Mayo was arrested. Police say they believe he started a county deputy's house on fire. And once again, this was in Adams County. They say the fire was set from inside Sergeant Ken Finlayson's home, which had been under construction. At the time, 3 people were actually inside the house, including Chief Deputy Jeff Goose, who is believed to have actually been the target of that attack. But there was also a child on the second floor. Luckily, the fire was put out pretty quickly and damage was contained to just the room that it was started in. Mayo is now facing charges of arson and 2 counts of felony endangering by fire or explosion.
A Buxton man accused of attempted murder has pleaded not guilty. Jeffrey Mundis waived his preliminary hearing and was arraigned before entering his plea. Mundis is accused of assaulting Ashley Johnson in a mobile home that police say he later lit on fire. Johnson, after being held by the throat, was thankfully able to escape that home, but Mundis stayed inside. Eventually, emergency personnel arrived, and they had to pull him away from the burning home as it went up in flames.
Wow. Where are we at now?
Right here.
One of the biggest advocates for North Dakota Special Olympics and UND athletics is asking for your help and your support today. Aaron Bauman is sick with double pneumonia. Doctors had sedated her last Friday to let her lungs heal. On Facebook, her family is now saying she's no longer being sedated, but she hasn't woke up yet. Bauman has been a competitor in and representative for North Dakota Special Olympics. She's also a longstanding member of UND's athletic community. Now, friends have set up a GoFundMe account, and just the first day that it went up, it raised more than $10,000. You can find that online. She has it on her Facebook page if you'd like to support her as well.
Wishing her and her family all the best in a tough situation. All right, curling is one step closer to becoming North Dakota's state sport. The State House of Representatives has passed a bill that would do just that. Today, North Dakota has 11 curling clubs, which is actually the most per capita in the nation. I found that interesting. And in case you didn't know, 17 states do currently have a state sport, including Minnesota, which is ice hockey, of course. And then South Dakota, theirs is rodeo.
Of course.
Yeah.
That also goes for that one as well.
Seems fitting.
A big national headline, once again, TikTok in trouble, maybe. The White House is threatening to ban TikTok from the U.S. TikTok says the Biden administration wants the app's Chinese parent company to sell their share of the social media platform. Everyone's on TikTok.
Yeah.
100 million users just in the U.S. Federal officials are concerned, though, however, if you've been following this, that the Chinese government could pressure TikTok into handing over users' personal information. TikTok has been trying to negotiate a deal with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. The deal could allow TikTok to continue operating in the U.S. despite security and privacy concerns.
All right, it's a big weekend of high school sports yet again. Today we are beginning our coverage of Class B boys basketball. We'll have games across all of our stations for the next 3 days. We have quarterfinals starting today at 1 o'clock on WDAY. And then tomorrow we'll have semifinals starting at 6:30, and consolation games will be on WDAY Sports Plus at 1 o'clock. And then on Saturday we'll have the championship game on WDAY. That will be at 8:45.
I'm forever a Class B girl from North Dakota, so this is a big weekend. I said earlier, it's like a holiday weekend almost for a lot of people. I can't wait for Class B boys basketball, and I'm so glad that we'll have it throughout the weekend. So good stuff. Hot Mic with Don Izzo from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra on InForum.com. You told me this big news yesterday that we thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's true?
Aaron Rodgers says he plans to play for the New York Jets next season. I know the Vikings are usually the main team around here in these areas, but a lot of Packers fans too, so there's kind of mixed feelings about that whole situation. And the trade has not been made official. The compensation hasn't been agreed to by the two teams, so it is still up in the air. However, this is a huge domino, and we're kind of just waiting for those technicalities to fall into place at this point. point.
Okay, big story. I can't wait to hear Dom's take on all of that.
He's a big Jets fan, so I'm sure he's going to have quite the take on it.
Good stuff. And remember, right now you can get a great deal on your InForum.com subscription. This deal is just today and tomorrow, I think, is all that's left. Unless it's extended, but you never know. 6 months of unlimited access to InForum.com for just $2. $2. So don't wait. Go to InForum.com/subscribe to take advantage of that incredible offer.
Yeah, that's a great deal. Take advantage of it, folks. Also, we're going to have updates on all of your local news, some national stories, and sports and weather throughout the day. Our next newscast is at 11 o'clock. Then we'll have news at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 as well to keep you up to date on every headline that you need to know about.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.